What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing you guys a brand new video. We're gonna be doing a high taper on my boy, so stay tuned. We're starting off by debulking the top with the foreguard all the way closed and making sure everything's nice and even. Now that we're done debulking the top, we can move on to the back taper or use our gold effects to create our first guideline. You want to make sure you contour this guideline to the back of the neck so that the taper can fade better. Now that we're done botting them out, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. You want to make this guideline around 1 inch thick so you can spread the blend. Once we're done setting in that guideline, we're going to slightly close the lever midway and all the way close and attack that initial guideline. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to our one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. We're going to use this same guard and its lever to soften up this line and get ready for the half guard. As you guys can see, now I'm using the half guard to erase the line completely. Remember to use its corners and its lever. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to show some extra support, go ahead and leave a super thanks down below or follow my Instagram. Thank you. Now that we're done with our lower guards, we can move on to our two guard all the way open and create our fourth guideline. We're going to use the lever to soften up this line and get ready for the 1.5 guard. Now that the line is soft enough, we can move on to our 1.5 guard and erase the line completely. Remember to use its corners and its lever. Moving on to our 3 guard all the way open, this is going to help us debulk the sides and also blend into the 4 guard on top. Now that we're done detailing the back taper, we can move on to the side taper and create our first guideline. We're going to use our gold effects to ball them out. Moving on to the ear line, we're going to make sure we start off at the bottom and work our way to the top arch using the corners of the blade. Now that we're done detailing and bottoming them out, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. Remember, once you're done setting in that guideline, you could then slightly close the lever midway and all the way close and attack that initial guideline. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to our one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. Remember, we're going to use this same guard and its lever to soften up this line and get ready for the half guard. As you guys can see, now we're moving on to the half guard and we're using its corners to remove the line completely. Moving on to the 2 guard all the way open, we're going to create our 4th guideline and get ready for the 1.5 guard. Now that we're done softening up the line with the 2 guard, we can move on to our 1.5 guard and connect the taper. Here, I'm making sure I add detail using our 3 guard all the way open. Using a number 5 all the way closed, we're going to knock the beard down. Now we're going to use our Go to Effects to line up the back of the beard. You want to make sure you don't press too hard because you could bite them with the teeth of the trimmer. Also, you want to go slow enough that the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer, because if not, then the hair is going to shift and you won't line them up properly. Now we're going to use our no guard all the way open to begin fading in the sideburns. We're then going to slightly close the lever midway and all the way close and attack that initial guideline. Now that that initial guideline is erased, we're moving on to our 1 guard all the way open and we're going to create our second guideline. Now that we're done detailing the beard, we can move on to the front line and start off in the middle, working our way to the sides. Again, just a reminder, you want to make sure you go slow enough that the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer, because if not, then the hair is going to shift and you won't line them up properly. You always want to be careful not to push the client's vertical bars too deep in, and you want to keep them as long as possible without keeping them too short. As you guys can see, it might have looked like I went too deep in the corner, but I didn't. It's just a lot of overhang in his hairline. As you guys can see, the hair is hanging over his hairline, so I have to shift it at an angle to be able to cut it. Now I'm going to detail the taper as much as possible. I felt like I saw a guideline between the 0 guard and the 1 guard, so I'm making sure I'm hitting it up. I'm also using my 1.5 guard to remove some dark spots that I see between the 1 guard and the 2 guard. Moving on to the neckline, his hair does shift in a lot of angles, so I'm making sure I go against the grain, as you guys can see here. Now that we're done with the front line and his beard, we can move on to our Turkish razor and Durban premium blade to make him as crispy as possible. Also, make sure you stretch the skin as much as possible with your opposite hand and keep the razor at a 45-degree angle. This lowers the likelihood of you cutting someone. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to show some extra support, go ahead and leave a super thanks down below or follow my Instagram. Thank you.